All right. Okay, folks, we're back for segment two, Cleveland Boat Show 2024. And with me for segment two, we have Polly Sampson, Executive Director of the Sandusky Maritime Museum. Again, Bob Grimm. We just did a segment on his 18 Islander. Dwight Davis, uh, uh, Classic Marine, and
Isaac Zimmerman
Isaac
with Classic Marine.
with Classic Marine. And we're going to have a discussion on an ongoing project that Bob Grimm, White, and the Sandusky Maritime Museum are involved in. They have acquired a 24-foot Lyman custom hardtop that has some significance as far as Sandusky history. And I'm going to hand the microphone over to Bob, or I'm going to pass the mic to Bob, and Bob's going to go over what everybody's involved in here and tell you about the ongoing restoration project for this boat.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. I appreciate you hosting this podcast to talk about this wonderful asset that the Maritime Museum of Sandusky now owns. So, by way of background, Doc, this preservation work can get pretty addictive, as I know you can appreciate,
Oh, yeah.
right? And after we finished the Miss Cindy Lynn, my wife and I looked at each other and said, we think we have one more boat in us, right? But we also agreed, Doc, that we didn't have to own the boat. So I went on a 5-month quest to find the boat. And we used 3 criteria. 1, it had to be a Lake Erie Islands boat. 2, the boat had to have historical significance. And 3, the boat a museum had to be interested in the boat. So I scoured the country, literally, for the boat. Many boats met the first 2 criteria, but didn't meet the third. We found the boat that you alluded to at Jackets Marina in Point Place, Ohio, at Bill Jackets' business. And this is a boat that is a real Sandusky boat. This 1939 24 Lyman Custom runabout was only one of 9 boats that Lyman Boat Works built. These are hand-built pre-war boats, and it represents the maritime history of Sandusky, but more importantly, it represents the intersection of 2 great businesses. One, Lyman Boat Works on one hand, that was building Tratnet boats for the world's largest, and I want to emphasize the world's largest fisheries business, and that was Lay Brothers Fisheries, with major operations in Sandusky, Ohio. So in 1939, 2 of the 3 brothers running Lay Brothers went to Lyman, and they said, "We want to buy your top of the line boat," which at that time was the 24 Lyman Custom Runabout. We believe that they bought it for recreational purposes, but we also believe, Doc, they bought it for business purposes, because this boat is equipped with twin-engine Gray Marine 103 horse Phantom engines. She'll run at 30+ mile an hour, and when a Tratnet boat gets caught in a bad storm on Lake Erie, Lay Brothers could get out and rescue their crew quickly, because this boat will carry up to 10 adults. So we believe they bought them for recreational, but they also bought them for business reasons. We then put the case together, pitched the case to the Maritime Museum of Sandusky, and Doc, the Maritime Museum, to our pleasure, said, "We want to buy the boat." So let me pass the microphone to Molly Sampson, Executive Director of the museum.
Thank you so much, Bob. Yeah, so when you guys brought it to us with the pitch of, hey, there's this boat in Toledo, it's been sitting in a garage for decades, but here's the history of it, we were ecstatic. It helps us share some unexplored histories of the area that we haven't fully developed in the museum. So we have this like gap period of the 1930s that we hadn't leaned into yet. So finding that pre-war Lyman that has the ties to Oscar Lay, that has the ties to Lyman before everybody knows Lyman, was perfect for us. And it gave us the chance to take on a project at a scale that we hadn't done before, which is an amazing opportunity for us as well. So we're really looking forward to, in a couple of years, year and a half at this point, right?
Yeah.
Being able to have it on the water and being able to have people experience our collection and artifacts from the museum in ways they haven't before. Like, this is the first time we will have a museum boat that is on the water. So we're really excited about that. And I think I'm going to hand off to Dwight now to talk about exhibit or restoration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait. Why don't you go through and tell us? You've been through the boat and process is started. Tell us how bad a shape the boat's in, what it's going to take to bring it back, and how you're going to proceed from this point on.
So the boat, to just look at in Jockett's barn garage, it didn't look that bad, and was up against the wall with the transoms, and down low so far on the ground you couldn't even really crawl under it and survey it. So you could get inside and look around, but the way the boat is built, like the gas tank is below the front seats, and so in there you can't survey that until you spend a couple days taking it apart. But we knew the keel was bad, the transom was bad, the decks were bad, the cabin sides were bad. So it's a significant rebuild. Most of the build's framing ribs are bad. It's mostly galvanized, fastened below the waterline, so that's total refastening down there. Copper clench nails, rows and rivets on the top, so those are all pretty good. But it's a very, very, it won't be a new boat in terms of all the wood, because a lot of the side planking and side framing is good. But the engines are already at Van Ness, getting rebuilt. But it's a legacy project. A lot of the boat building community, Tom doing a lot of research on the boat, is for the museum to be able to build this into their collection, to make it a legacy project, to build the museum into really not just based on Sandusky as a museum, but kind of a global maritime. Lyman roots were here. A ride boat, it looks like a limousine. It has that
Heavy, very, very,
ambiance.
very heavy boat.
Yeah, masculine hardware, and so it's just a great piece for the museum, and really we want this boat to really propel the museum forward in a lot of ways. And that's our hope. It's going to be a lot of work to get her back on the water, but we pulled the front keel and the knee out this morning and videoed that. We're documenting so much of the boat. We're taking time to really we're going to have thousands of photographs, because the way the panels on the inside of the boat, they have this, fabric so they don't rattle. And, it's like wax cotton and all of this stuff that you just don't see anymore. And you didn't see that on other types of construction, like what Richardson did or whatever. So all of that is getting documented so that we know the processes.
Right,
of
she's
what
a
was done.
solid mahogany planking too.
It's solid mahogany planking
Right.
on the bottom, plank boat with solid lap strake on the side. So, there's a difference there of how it's built, but very interesting, and a lot of delicate work, a lot of pieces that give the boat global strength. But right now, to even get in the boat, you have to watch where you step, because you're stepping on a little one by instead of a newer Lyman where there's a lot more to step on. So you have to be careful just getting in the boat. It's just a different boat.
When what's the estimated time of?
Late spring, early summer 25.
We'll definitely be looking
So,
forward to that.
Yeah, so some things are done, like the running gear.
Well, we're definitely going to keep track of this restoration. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Molly?
Yes. So, if you think this is exciting as we are, there are ways to be involved. There are ways to support the project. If you go to sanduskymaritime.org, you can fill out a volunteer form if you want to donate some sweat equity, as my dad would say. Or if you would like to monetarily support it, we obviously welcome that as well. And there's a donation form on the website. Or you can reach out to us at the Maritime Museum anytime. Thank you so much.
Yep. And thank you, Molly, for coming over and helping us with the museum booth. It's always a pleasure to have help from another museum, and we hope to coordinate some more in the near future. And I think we're going to wrap up segment 2. We want to thank Dwight, Bob, and Cindy, Molly, and Isaac. And I'll remember this when the day's over.
That's okay.
But anyhow, hey, this is Doc Lyman signing off on segment 2. Stay with us. I think tomorrow's Friday, and I think we're going to go over and take a look at the new Lymans tomorrow. And Carl Husty, I think Carl and Barb are going to be here. We're going to take a look at the Miss Barbara 21-footer tomorrow. So, folks, come on out and see us. Weather might be a little tricky, but don't let that deter you. Come on out and see us. Thanks, Andy.